everything in common. And then, like, we just got in this stupid little fight, and she went off and told everyone.
What was the fight over?
It was over the... Okay,
Julie having slept with her
it was
best friend's
the
boyfriend.
guy that I was cheating on. She had gone out with him.
Oh,
she was
there you go.
What a...
jealous that I was
Perfect.
with him, and so she... And then she's also lying, saying that I was sleeping with this other guy, too, and so, like...
What a surprise. All right, well, it was very obvious that you must have betrayed her in some fashion, even though you don't think of it as that. She did. That's why she ratted you out, because Jake was her man, or at least that's what she thought. Right?
Yeah.
So, as it turns out, she didn't just do this for no reason. She screwed with, you screwed with her man, she screwed with your man, right?
And it's proof that like personalities attract one another.
Right. All right, you both deserve each other in the chaos you have. Now listen, I don't know what you want us to tell you, but stop hanging around with idiots.
Well, it's just the fact of what should I tell my boyfriend, like...
Well, forget it. It's over. He lives in Santa Monica. He doesn't have any wheels. You live in Lakewood, which even though there's water in the name doesn't mean it's anywhere near the ocean. And you're screwed. So he goes to a different school, right?
Yeah.
I break up with him. Come on, don't make him drag him through this mud. And listen to me. This, by the way, is why cops, how they catch most of the homicides. They just go for the motive.
Right.
Who's the motive?
Right.
That's all they look at, everybody. It's all motive. Forget about your alibi. Forget about where you were, who saw you, or who didn't see you, or if you wiped your prints clean. Who had something to gain from your wife dying? The husband does, because he had an insurance thing. And I don't care if he has pictures of him in Tahiti when the murder went down. Believe me, they'll trace it back to him. Now, here's what I'm saying. Julia over here with her betraying friend, I knew she had done something to her. It's real easy to figure out.
Of course.
But according to Julia, her friend just sort of stepped out on her own, decided to alert her boyfriend because of no reason. All right, screwball, stop hanging around with more screwballs like yourself. All right, we're going to take a little break. When we come back, we'll speak to who, Drew? Chris? Ex-Marine with some tried and true remedies for crab lice. Oh, yeah, I'm sure, especially when you travel to Asia. You got to learn how to get rid of those lice.
Oh, boy.
All right, we'll be back.
This is Loveline.
Loveline will be right back.
Loveline.
It's a programming glitch.
Loveline.
Can we talk here for a second?
Loveline.
They are treading water in a sea of retarded sexuality.
Loveline. Exclusively on Tucson's New Rock. 92.1 KFMA.
Hi, this is Jesus Christ.
This is Eric Cartman. This is Kyle Broslowski.
And this is Counselor Mackey. Okay, we're from South Park.
And you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, he is. We're going to take a 10-second station identification, top of the hour break, and we'll be back with more Loveline in 10 seconds.
This is Loveline on
Radio
Station.
Illegal broadcasters.
92.1 KFMA, Green Valley, Tucson.
Hey, it's the Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, Dixon Medicine specialist. Cass and Mad TV are going to be in here tomorrow night. Then the gals from Molly and Natalie, who we had on the TV show, as well as Pamela Anderson or Pamela Lee.
What?
From
VIP. That's
VIP will be in here, which I saw on today. I think I can't figure out the day that show airs, but it's on a lot. It's starting to become like Baywatch.
Did you say Pamela Lee is also coming up here, or just the other two?
No,
she's not. She's too important. Yeah, I think you may have offended her, Drew.
I may have offended her, indeed.
Please, listen. She's a nice, confused,
Let's not go there.
no
Let's just
talent.
move on. Move on, guys.
You know why women hate guys, Ann? Because guys like Pamela Lee, and women hate that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not following.
Women are disgusted by the fact that men can be attracted to Pamela Lee.
Yeah.
They hate
or not
men
just
for that.
attracted, but completely
Lust
like
after.
their brains shut off as a result of it.
Yeah, you'd have to shut something down. All right. Yeah. Rob Schneider theoretically will be in here on Thursday.
Wednesday?
I'm looking at the thing that says Thursday.
And then what about Wednesday? You skipped over Wednesday.
Because Wayne Brady is in here. Do you know who Wayne Brady is, Drew?
No.
Well, then shut the F up. Jesus Christ.
Who's Wayne Brady?
That's my point.
He's from that show, Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Okay. Well, that's fine.
I asked you about him.
Yeah.
And you said yes.
Yeah, well, it's a popular show, and those guys are talented. And for Christ's sake, we'll see how funny those guys are.
See, it's a night of reckoning for
All
you.
right, but Drew, when I skip over someone, it's because I skipped over
It's
somebody.
just an oversight.
Please. You know me better than that. I'm a total pro.
Yeah.
Chris. Yeah, how's it going, guys?
You're 27. What's going on?
Not much. How are you guys doing? I've been listening to you guys for quite some time.
We've had a little too much of each other, quite frankly.
Yeah.
No, I was listening to the caller call in about crabs and getting rid of them and going to the doctors and stuff like that. And when I was in the service, especially not so much boot camp, but the School of Infantry and things like that, going out in the field all the time, you know, in the brush, a lot of guys would contract crabs. And
crabs or just lice in general?
Yeah, no, just basically crabs, because our hair was so shorn. It was like there was no problems with that. But to get rid of it, the simplest remedy that a corpsman told us, a Navy corpsman, was to use bleach.
Oh, yeah, bleach will work.
And bleach just...
that doesn't sound like a simple technique, though, to me. It sounds rather potentially harmful and treacherous.
As long as you keep your penis pointed, like, up, and cover the opening, I didn't see any of the guys having any problems with it.
You mean just poured bleach over the area and then wash it off real fast?
Exactly. They do it in the shower. They bring in the Clorox container with them.
I see. I wouldn't... that's not the kind of remedy I would necessarily advocate on a radio
Well,
show.
listen, Drew, this is this is a fighting man's army. You don't have time to be sashaying down to the pharmacy.
I understand that, but our stone listeners, you know what they'll do. They'll do anything not to seek health care.
I don't know, though. If bleach works, it works.
The other question I had for
the sack will absorb the bleach, though. That could be painful, yeah.
The other question I had for you is I was curious, would the nicks that people use for head lice, would that work on something such as pubic lice?
The what? Nicks?
Nicks, like the kids in school.
Yeah, I don't know. I know the rid will.
Yeah.
So nicks might well. I'm not sure what the chemical is in nicks.
Hey, so you got the crabs from crawling around on the belly in the dirt.
It's really lice.
There's a difference between crabs and lice, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Who do you think win in a fight?
Pubic lice.
The pubic lice or a crab? In a fight.
Pubic lice and crab are the same thing. You mean head lice?
A louse and a crab.
Crab will win.
Crab would win?
Sure. You ever seen electron micrographs of those things?
Of crabs?
Looks like something from a science fiction movie.
Don't listen. You want to know the greatest torture in the world? This would be the greatest torture in the world. Find someone who had crabs, get them stoned, and then make them look at electron micrograph. Is that what it is?
Scanning electron micrographs, yeah.
Of the crab. The crab has, tentacles and 10 eyes and a big ass, and it's a bizarre, hideous-looking creature, right?
Yes, it is.
It's as hideous, more hideous than any earthbound creature.
It's worse than anybody has so far thought up for science fiction movies.
Right.
They ought to just recreate that for the damn movie.
So get stoned and picture a couple thousand of those crawling around on your testicles.
A couple hundred.
Oh, my God. Jason.
Yeah, how you doing?
Hey, you're 23.
Right.
Yeah. Whoever invented that electron microscope should be kicked in the nuts.
I hear you.
Because it's 4 in the morning, I'm watching TV, some HEPA filter vacuum comes on, a commercial comes on, and they show these electricized pictures of dust spores and things like that, and I start freaking out.
Kills you.
Yeah.
What's up, Jason?
I had a little trip to Vegas this weekend, and I was at one of the establishments.
Didn't we just learn that Jason was a popular name in the Southeast?
Yeah.
And Melissa, if you live in the Midwest, that's the name.
Right.
So you were in Vegas.
You're in Vegas. You went to one of those ranches?
No, just a strip club.
Mm-hmm.
And
which one did you go to?
The Palomino Club.
Uh-huh.
And the girl who was dancing for me there had a little lap dance, and she said she had a hormonal problem, and she was lactating, and she wasn't pregnant, and her breast found its way into my mouth, and I ingested some of this lactation.
First off, could you hear anything over the 38 special that was playing in the background? I mean, can you converse? It seems like the music is so loud in those places that you never really...
Actually, there it was pretty mellow. It was pretty low. I was surprised.
They're probably playing like Bach.
They were playing Ozzy Osbourne, as a matter of fact.
Oh yeah,
Crazy Train.
They love that Crazy Train song. All those chicks like to hit the stage to the Crazy Train.
Yeah.
Listen, if you miss your 80s hair bands, go to a strip club. It's like a whack down memory lane. So she lactated into your mouth.
Right.
Yeah. And why did she do that if she knew she had this problem?
No, she showed it to me, and I was in alcohol,
Yeah, of course.
When
you're drunk, everything seems like a good idea.
Right, right. Exactly.
There's really no bad ideas when you're drunk.
It was like, wow, that was a good idea. That's pretty neat. What does that taste like?
Right.
And she says, well, hold on a second. And she would have told no one was looking, and then wham, there it was. And I found out what it tasted like.
Yeah.
It was only about maybe about a teardrop.
Yeah.
Size.
Yeah.
And I'm worried about, am I going to catch something from this? Do I need to go get tested? Or,
the only things I would worry about are the HIV and...
Other than that, you're in the clear.
I know, and possibly hepatitis, but that's not so likely. I suppose there's a slight risk of HIV. That would be about it, though.
Slight risk?
Yeah.
Can it be carried through the breast milk?
Yeah.
She wasn't pregnant. She's never had children.
No, I understand. That doesn't mean she can't carry HIV.
No, I just...
But she has some sort of hormonal imbalance that gave her the...
I'll tell you, the hormonal imbalance is her psychiatric medication.
Oh, wow.
Causing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's one of the most common causes.
I hope you feel good, Jason. You paid some crazy chick $20.
40.
40. Now you really feel bad.
Yeah, that or low thyroid or prolactin secreting tumor. But
or
more
she
likely,
could be pregnant. You never know.
More likely, meds.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
That creates that? What meds?
Any of the antipsychotic meds.
Really?
And sometimes the antidepressants.
What's this guy going to say to his doctor? I was running, I tripped, I landed on a lactating breast, my mouth was open.
A risk exposure I'm concerned about.
Okay, you don't have to get into the detail about Ozzy Osbourne.
No,
and,
he should be tested,
pasties.
and then once again in 6 months.
Okay.
He's probably fine.
Jennifer, 16. Let me tell you the difference between guys and gals. First off, a woman wouldn't drop $40 to have a guy grind on him in a booth somewhere.
They wouldn't.
Off by the side of the stage. They would want money to do it, but they would not pay money to do it. And for the most part, there's a couple of them out there. Number two, if the guy had some sort of pus that was coming from an orifice,
that'd be it.
She would not be down for a sample of that. Would not look at that as extra cool. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. And by the way, the mouth is not an environment the HIV typically survives in. A drop of something is not likely to cause a transmission, but you never
Really?
know. You
Just got to get in the blood system?
Got to swallow it, basically. Jennifer.
Yeah, hi. I just wanted to know if there's, like, any certain time during your menstrual cycle or whatever that's like, safer for you to have sex. It's, like, less likely that you're going to get pregnant or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, should you, like, do it right before your period or what?
We don't recommend people even think this way. Okay?
Drew could give you the answer, but he doesn't want to because he doesn't want you going out there and experimenting.
Oh, no, I mean, I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I just want to know.
You're not having sex with anybody?
No.
You don't have a boyfriend?
No.
Obviously, the only time you can get pregnant is if there's an available egg.
Uh-huh.
And usually that's within a day of ovulation.
Uh-huh.
So if you could predict when you were ovulating, which is usually around the 18th day.
I can tell when I'm ovulating.
I'm sure.
Cat starts acting funny.
Then the rest of the time you're safe. The problem is more than one egg may be released. It's hard to predict when there's a release. An egg may survive a little longer than you expect. It's a very treacherous thing to try to determine.
But normally you ovulate about 2 weeks after you end your cycle?
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Like in the middle.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
you
okay.
normally when you ovulate.
Oh, okay.
So you have less chance while you're on your period or right before your period or right after your period, but that doesn't mean it ain't going to happen because everyone's
okay.
different.
And also during a period, there's less available endometrium, something for implantation. So
So-
where they're available, like
What is that endometrium
the
for?
lining of the uterus, so something can implant in there and grow. That's
What is the
comes-
lining of the uterus?
That's what comes off during the period.
No.
It sloughs off.
Yeah.
You like that sloughing phenomenon, don't you?
I don't like that sloughing phenomenon. I really don't. The idea that you're sort of that whole cycling thing. I don't like it.
You're just shedding the lining of the uterus. It's
Yeah.
like a snake sheds its skin.
Snake. Yes, very interesting. You use snake. Jim.
Hey.
Hey, you're 22.
Yeah, I'm a aspiring bodybuilder.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking norandrostenedione.
Androstenedione, yeah.
Well, norandro. I'm not sure what the other drug they use in it. And I'm also...
Well, one of them sung the theme to the Titanic, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And thank you. I like to get in a legitimate joke every once in a while, even if it's bad.
You got to do it, man. I'm also taking androstenediol. I'm just wondering what kind of serious health effects I could have in the
So
future.
these are just anabolic androgenic hormones, right?
Yeah.
Are they injectables?
No, these are actually, you can buy them right off the shelf. They're just pills.
So it's androstenedione, basically.
Yeah.
All right.
How much are those pills?
One bottle costs $25 for 60 pills, and the other bottle costs $34 for 60 pills.
How long does the 60 pills last you?
2 months.
Oh, that's not bad.
See, I take one of each before my workouts.
Yeah.
Also, about creatine, I think a lot of people don't realize what it does. I think there are a lot of misconceptions about it.
What's your understanding of it?
Well, a lot of people talk about, well, I take it for endurance and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
I just read a study from Germany,
Uh-huh.
And they found out that it really doesn't help a lot with endurance.
Right, it's strength.
Yeah, a lot of it is strength.
Yeah, it's strength. It increases availability of phosphate.
How dangerous is this creatine?
We don't know. Probably no big deal, as far as we can tell.
You know, these people who take it, I don't think, drink enough water with it, for one thing.
Well, Jim, look, here's a couple principles. There's no free lunch in nature.
True.
You do something that alters your physiology, there will be an effect.
True.
A side effect beyond the one you're looking for.
Yeah.
Always. I don't care what it is, there's always a side influence. A law of unintended effects. Now, as far as androstenedione goes, these are potentially rather potent androgens.
Yes, they are.
And excess androgens potentially could increase the risk of prostate cancer,
Yeah.
heart disease, strokes, liver inflammation. We just don't know how long with that particular chemical before we're going to see these things. So the easy answer, or the simple answer, is we don't know, to your question.
Well, are you going to compete?
I'm not. I'm just looking to just get my body up into better physical condition. I don't want to be, all freaked out. I don't even, I don't want to take injectable steroids or anything like that.
And those definitely, we know, cause all those problems I mentioned.
that stuff's
And in addition, mood problems and, oh boy.
You know, it's kind of weird, though, sort of ironic that, you want to get yourself into better shape,
Take
but
some drugs.
you potentially could be screwing your liver up or something.
Yeah. I try to research these as best as I can.
Jim?
But let me tell you about something here, Jim.
Okay.
First off, you shouldn't care what you look like. You should only care what other people think you look like. That's what I'm going to tell my kids, by the way. Because really, who cares what you think? Now, as far as what other people think, women, and that's the only other people I'm really worried about. Guys can kiss my ass. Women like a, lean physique. They like swimmers, volleyball players.
Drug addicts.
Musicians, middleweight to light heavyweight boxers. Some guy goes about 175 pounds and he's 6 foot tall. That's what they like. Now, the big muscle head guys, they do that for guys, not for girls, because girls aren't really into it, except for the really stupid girls.
Yeah.
Which is all right, because sometimes they're better looking. But the point is here's my problem with working out. Soon as you stop, you pretty much bounce back to whatever you were before you started doing it. It's a matter of weeks or months sometimes. It's kind of pathetic that, you put in 5 years in the gym, let's say, then you tweak your ankle, playing a game of pickup hoop, and you're in bed for 6 weeks, and you basically snap back to what you were, which is kind of sad that you, it's almost like, it's like spending 5 years to get a degree, and then you take a month's vacation from work, and you got to go back to college for another 5 years to get the degree. The math doesn't gel for me. So it seems to me that guys, you should just be eating decent and just doing something you like, working out, not getting fat.
Right. Working out should be a lifetime lifestyle commitment because it's got to be something you can maintain for decades.
Right. Mike.
Yes.
You're 30.
Yes. Adam, Dr. Drew, good evening.
Mike.
Hey.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thanks.
Love the show. Been listening since almost about 3 years now, I guess.
Wow.
When you started, fantastic. I wanted to clarify the crab situation out in the field for the soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that was saying that you're crawling around out in the bush there, and that's where we'd catch the crabs. Well, the crabs got to live off of the hair follicles and the skin.
Right.
Well, what it was is all of us GIs, when we were in garrison, when we weren't out in the field, we were all out banging hookers and getting rub jobs and doing things like that.
That's what I say. It's more crawling around trying to find the ping pong ball that went flying from the chick's crotch in the Bangkok brothel. more than it is being out in the field.
But then it starts bugging them when they're out in the field.
Exactly, because we had like 2-man rooms, sometimes 3-man rooms, and so everybody was pretty segregated. But when we'd go out into the field, they'd set up like a GP medium tent or a GP large, and you'd have anywhere from 40, 50, 60, 70 guys sleeping in one tent with bunks, and they're all sitting on each other's bunks and mingling with each other.
And the crabs are having a good old time.
It would literally just sweep through a whole company.
How can you masturbate in that kind of environment?
At 2 o'clock in the morning when you're on guard duty and nobody's really awake, you kind of look one way and you look the other, and you just, how do you say it? You empty one out of the chamber.
Yeah.
And
wow, put the silencer on, screw it onto the end of the penis.
Yeah, and it kind of makes it. The only thing that puts a damper on is when you have one guy off in the corner, crying like, "I miss my mommy, I miss my mommy." It tends to kind of damper it, but you get through it.
Yeah.
What?
It's hard to focus. In other words, when a guy's going through, when a guy's homesick and he's crying about his girlfriend or his mom, and you're trying to focus on your masturbation.
That's when you reach down and you remember that first porno tape that you saw.
I thought everyone in the military had to whack off to Connie Stevens because Bob Hope always brought her around on those USO shows. Isn't that some sort of regulation, Drew? Okay.
Oh, well.
Fine.
Anyways, thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks, Mike. Okay. Take care of yourself. All right. What's the deal? The crab lives off the follicle?
You don't know what they live
blood?
off, but they reside at the follicle.
Oh, they reside at the
right at the base of the hair is where they live.
That's where they live.
Yeah.
Why? Not on the hair?
I do not know much about the life cycle of the crab, nor the taste preferences.
Seems it'd be a hard place to root them out of there because they're right at the base. Like if they hung around at the end of the hairs, you could sort of comb them through or flick them off, right?
Right. You can't really do that.
So they hang out at the base of the follicle of the pubic hair, and what do you think? You don't know what they live off of?
Nope.
But they don't.
They must be blood because the lice carry bloodborne diseases. They carry diseases.
Right.
Rickettsial disease.
So they must get in and suck some blood.
Yeah.
Drew, you got to bring in one of those
pictures.
Electron microscope shots of a crab. That ain't right. Those, it's bizarre, right?
Yeah.
I think I've seen those.
Yeah, it's scary.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go scratch now because we've been talking about this for too long. When we come back, we'll talk to Andre. Wants to know if you can get sick from ingesting the yeast during oral sex. Oh, I'm going to throw up and then I'm going to scratch.
The phone number for Loveline is 1-800-LOVE-191. Loveline, I'll be right back.
Hi, this is David Spade, and when I'm driving around listening to the radio, if there's absolutely nothing on any other station, I listen to Loveline with Adam and Drew, because I'm naughty.
been too long since David was on the show.
Now, he is a big star now.
He is a big star now.
He's done. When people become big stars, we don't see him anymore.
Yeah, if I see him, I'll talk some sense into him. I haven't seen him around in a while either. I don't think. I used to run into him in a lot of places.
Yeah.
Where did I see him? Oh, yeah. Where was that? Oh, that was Chris's birthday party? Yeah, I talked to him there. Yeah, I was so loaded at this party because Drew gave me this, I had an infected tooth. Drew gave me these antibiotics and told me not to drink, but he really should have driven the point home more. I had a couple of martinis with this antibiotic he gave me, and I started spinning around. I mean, I was out of it. I was out of it in a huge way.
Well, what did I tell you?
Driving. Well, I figured that out, though. I figured, listen, my blood alcohol level's not over the legal limit, right, Drew?
We don't know that.
Well, it wasn't.
Yeah, okay, if you say so. Yeah, you were pulled over and tested?
No, I wasn't, but I used to teach traffic school, comedy traffic school. But I still know if you have like a couple of highballs in the course of like 4 or 5 hours,
yeah,
you're not over the legal limit.
Right.
Although, because I had these antibiotics that you gave me, I was feeling a little out of it. What was I going to do, let Mike drive?
No, of course not.
He was Jesus Christ, he was a mess. You think he's sloppy drunk when he comes in here to work, Drew. You really should have seen him that night. But the point is, Drew, is I don't know which antibiotics you gave me, but you shouldn't be drinking with those.
I told you that.
I know, but I wasn't planning on drinking, so I didn't think about it at the time. What's it do to you?
It's more of what it does to the liver when you add alcohol to it.
What about other stuff with booze, like sleeping pills, stuff like that?
That just makes the effects more pronounced.
But doesn't screw your liver up?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. That's good. Hey, Andre.
Hello?
What's going on?
Hello?
Yeah, because I think booze is like sort of a catalyst for a lot of these pills. It really kicks them off, you know what I mean?
A lot of these
like
pills you take.
Yeah, the pill alone is all right, but you wash it down with some booze, and now you really got it's like pouring a little of that octane boost in your car, it really comes alive. Yes, thank you. Andre?
Hello?
Yeah, what's going on?
Okay, so yesterday night I was eating my girlfriend's vagina, and it tasted kind of chalky, and when it's like sour or something. So like I turned on the light, and it was like I could tell it was something was wrong. And then I remember reading about cottage cheese type discharge from like a yeast infection. So my question is like, because I kind of feel kind of ill after that.
Oh, please, it won't hurt you.
It won't, because I feel like I'm like corners of my mouth have broken out or something like that. But
well,
have they?
Yeah, like kind of like little.
Well, interestingly, that's an interesting observation because you can get yeast in the mouth. It's called thrush then.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh man. Hey, Andre.
Sometimes
Andre went and turned the light on. Turns out he's gone down on the cat.
Sometimes thrush can be associated with something called chelosis, which are these tiny cracks in the corners of the mouth. So if but usually you wouldn't get thrush if your immune system is normal.
Why'd your girlfriend let you do that if she was having difficulty down there?
I'm not sure. Maybe she was just playing a joke on me or something.
What?
But it was pretty nappy, though.
Playing a joke on him. She couldn't have got that
I don't know. I asked the same thing. I was
can of peanut brittle with the snake into it. You had to go down on her while she had a yeast infection.
I was
That's some sense of humor.
I do it pretty much every night, but I don't even know how it happened. But I was kind of pissed off that she didn't like.
Maybe she didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, I should. How long does it take to heal up or something? Like,
Heal what up?
For her vagina to like.
Very fast if she gets the medication. If she has yeast, if there's some question, she needs to see a doctor and be cultured. And
hey, Andre, you doing this every night?
I try to.
Yeah, you enjoy it?
I love it.
Yeah, see, there's a handful of guys that are really into this, and they really screw things. They screw the curve up for the other guys who look at it as sort of putting their time in.
Oh, like my mouth acidity somehow messes up her pH or something?
No, what I'm saying is there's I don't know what the percentage
Adam
is.
isn't worried about your girlfriend. He's worried about himself. And by the way, just being, having your mouth.
Your ultimate nightmare, hold on a second, Drew, is going out with Andre's girlfriend after Andre got to her. Oh yeah, Andre used to go down there and gnaw away like one of those beavers in a cartoon when they were like eating a log, turning a tree into a toothpick, in 10 seconds. Every night, Andre did that. That's it's a tough act to follow.
Precedent, huh?
Yeah, that's a bitch. All right, so what were you saying, Drew?
That also you can get the irritation in the corner of the mouth from nutritional deficiencies and or just irritating your mouth, spending too much time with your mouth
in
open.
A hostile environment.
Right.
True, one should not spend too much time down there, should they? Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's a bad thing, but every night, like I said, you're setting yourself up for a fall. There's really nowhere to go from there but down. Right, Drew? Okay. Kelly.
Yeah.
You're 22.
Yes, I am.
What's going on?
I think I'm losing my mind, I swear.
Hey, wait, hold on. Are you on some kind of speakerphone?
I am. My cordless went dead while I was on hold.
All right, well, pick the phone up, would you, screwball?
You there?
There we go.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Okay, I'm sorry. If it starts beeping, I've got problems. I'm a single mother. I just have, my son's going to be a year old. And I had not had sex in over a year, for obvious reasons. And I got involved. I had a friend. We were talking for quite a while, and somehow it ended up sexual. And it was an agreement ahead of time that there was going to be a no-strings-attached type situation.
Whose idea was that?
Both. Okay, at first I thought I wanted a relationship, but now, I'm getting ready to finish my bachelor's degree, and...
Well, no, so it wasn't your idea. It was his idea.
Yeah, kinda.
Oh, Drew, stop imposing your will on everybody.
No, it's look, I think women get into those kinds of relationships because they have to. Because the guy won't maintain the relationship unless she agrees to it. And she's sort of embarrassed that she's not acting like a liberated woman if she doesn't accept the terms of a ridiculous relationship.
And she's sort of desperate for anything, so she'll take what she can get.
Well, I'm not desperate, no.
Well, a little bit.
Well, you put up with this crap.
Well, not really.
All right, so what happened?
So it's starting to get weird. He's like bringing gifts over, spending the night, things like that, and it's totally not what we agreed on.
Oh, see that, Drew?
So he's getting involved.
And I'm getting, it's weird because the type of person he is, he's a great friend, the sex is great, but I'm not going to want anything more with him because of the way he is. I know that he's not going to contribute to a relationship what I want him to,
Wow.
It's weird. It's
How
really
is he? What is it that he is?
Everything works one way. It's all what he wants. It's all what he wants to do, things like that. And that's not how a relationship works, and I've learned that the hard way, and I don't know. I feel like I'm being the man in this situation, and it's weird. It really is.
Hold on. Let me talk to Drew for a second.
Guy's too nice.
Okay.
Guy's too nice.
Hold on a second now. On one hand, you think you're hearing someone who's healthy.
Yeah, no.
Right? You think... Yeah, but on one hand, you go, well, here's a woman who knows what the guy's capable of and what he's not capable of, knows what she wants out of a relationship, and feels that her needs aren't going to be met, and is making a very mature decision, especially at the age of 22, and saying that she doesn't want to get more involved with this guy, knowing the way it's going to be. Then you realize she got a kid with no original guy around.
Learned the hard way.
She's 22, and she's one of our callers.
Well, and did you hear what she said? He's screwing with my mind. He's bringing me nice gifts. He's fawning over me. He's making me feel like he really cares about him. But I know things are just one way with him.
All right, so you're going to go with...
Too nice. Needs
too
care.
nice.
Needs abuse.
Like Kelly's dad was a little bit of a prick, right?
Quite a little bit.
Okay, let's see about that. Kelly?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm back on speakerphone.
All right. Well,
Phone died. Don't hang up on me.
Okay.
Pick up the phone.
She can't. The phone died.
Oh.
Phone died.
Doesn't it charge when you put it down on the...
Charges, but it's messed up and it has to charge for 6 hours.
Okay. Okay. Listen, Kelly.
Yeah.
Now what?
Now what?
Okay, good. Listen to me. Is your dad an a-hole?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. He was a little bit abusive?
He wasn't abusive at all, no, but my mom and my dad were together, totally nuclear family and everything. But my mom died 3 years ago, and my dad got married 2 months afterwards. Tell you something?
Well, you hold that against him, but other than that, as a father to you, how was he?
I don't speak to him anymore. it's kind of more than I can go into. But I don't speak to him anymore. He's kind of a jerk. But he did support me through my whole life. And he drove a truck, so he wasn't around a lot.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean...
All right, he's a jerk. And your first boyfriend was a jerk, right? Just like your dad.
They've all been jerks. I'm a jerk magnet. It's the story of my life.
Yeah, until this guy.
Until this guy. This guy's willing to be a decent guy, but you're not going to have any of it.
And that's what I thought.
It makes you sick. He seems weak.
Right. You're the man in this
You're the man, and he's the woman because he's vulnerable.
Because, God forbid, he's being emotionally available to you.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
See, I thought I was reading too much into it, but I don't know.
You are.
She's not hearing you, Adam.
Hey, listen, screwball.
I hear ya.
No, this is a good guy, is what we're telling you. You just can't handle it.
Okay.
Don't you understand what we're telling you?
I understand, and don't get rid of him.
No, you don't like him because he's a good guy.
Okay.
All you can handle is an a-hole.
Do I need to go to therapy?
Yes.
Or just hang in with this guy and try to be
available
and see what happens.
Okay, but I'm just worried because of my son being involved in it, you know?
No,
he's
you're
already
not
involved.
Listen, if you're that worried about your son, you wouldn't have had a kid with an a-hole in the first place who abandoned you.
True.
All right, then. Stop worrying about you. Everyone's worried about their kids. Meanwhile, the original dad's in jail. You know, their kids they're so worried about the kids that they don't have a dad. Believe me, if some joker on a Harley pulled up, she'd leave the kid, tell the kid to watch himself. Hey, play with this space heater. I gotta go. I gotta go to the bar with Tex. Tex. Listen, Drew and I both knew what was going on. Actually, Drew knew first, but it dawned on me. Hey, this guy's actually a nice guy. Hey, brings her presents. Listen, you screwed up broads out there. There's a lot of women out there because their dads were a-holes and because all they know is abusive guys, that if they find a guy's actually somewhat empathic, then a guy brings them a stuffed animal every once in a while or cries during a sad movie.
Screwing with their minds.
He's a woman.
Yeah.
Strength is
detachment.
Yeah. You have to be detached, and you have to be somewhat abusive, at least verbally, to be strong as a male.
It's so sick.
Yeah, it's sick, but it's what Trucker Pop taught her.
Yep.
All right, Trucker Pop. That's a good name. All right, let's. Yeah.
Elisa can't forget the cruel things her ex said. We'll find out what those things were.
I'm not going to stick around for that. Find a better one. Sports? No. Jennifer got HPV. That's the human papilloma virus, right?
Warts.
Did they really need the human in front of it? It couldn't just be the papilloma virus, and we'd assume that Jennifer wasn't a coyote?
Wasn't with a coyote.
Wasn't humping a warthog? Jennifer has the human papilloma virus from her rapist. Ooh. Got breast reduction and broke up with boyfriend. Will men still like her? Wow. All right. Now that's something. We'll be back.
You're going to be stuck being heterosexual, you mean?
Yeah.
I see.
Unless I can get Mike to make a move.
I'm homosexual.
All right, sure, the mic's on. Phone number. Oh, forget about that. Jennifer. Boy, this is heavy. Jennifer?
Yeah. Hi.
You're 26.
Yes, I am.
You got the warts from a rapist.
Yes, I did.
What happened with that?
Well, he was an acquaintance, and he wanted to have sex, and I wouldn't have sex with him, so he raped me anally.
Oh, boy.
And when he did this, he gave me, the HPV virus.
And you say an acquaintance. What's that mean?
Excuse me?
What do you mean an acquaintance?
Well, he was an acquaintance. I had met him, and I had explained to him on several different occasions that I wasn't interested in anything other than just that kind of a relationship as an acquaintance kind of thing.
Did you date him?
No, I did not.
Okay.
And it was someone you knew from work or school or something?
No, I had met him one day when I was downtown, and we just started talking and stuff, and after the initial time, after I'd met him the initial time, I decided in my head that I didn't like him. He just wasn't the kind of person.
Right. Well, how'd you run into him again?
Well, he came to my house, and he knocked on the door, and I went to the door, and no one answered, and knocked again. I looked outside, and he was out there. And he came in, and he basically just...
Oh, boy.
How do you know where you lived?
Because he had been to my home before.
All right, now hold on now. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not making this your fault in any way, but if you were downtown, you met a guy, you didn't like him, and you moved on, and now
I didn't know. I mean, I had given him my number and said, "Yeah, call me. Let's, we'll get to know each other." And after the first time I got to know him, I didn't like him.
So he came to your house
once. Back around and kept coming back around, and I was trying to be nice about it and say, "Look, I'm not interested in you in that way."
All right. So now, did you bring charges against this guy?
I tried, but they couldn't find him.
Oh boy. Okay. All right.
Oh.
Right.
But it's on the record somewhere, right?
Yes, it is.
I mean, they got the guy's name and everything.
Yes. Yes.
And did he hold a knife to you or something?
No, he didn't. Not violently in that way. No.
How pardon me for being crude, but how does a guy, how do you get in that orifice without some
force?
Serious force?
Well, he was about 6'5" and about 270 pounds, and
so he just scared you so much.
Really, exactly.
Oh. Had anything like this happen to you before?
When I was younger, yeah, by my father. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Magical.
Magical, yeah, exactly. I know. I hear you guys talk about that.
I got to tell you, Jennifer, something...
We knew it from the beginning.
Yeah, we did, but, well, on a couple levels. There's two things I've learned from this show that I didn't know before. Mm-hmm. And TV actually doesn't portray rape this way, but they just started, actually, recently with a lot of those movies of the week and all that stuff, the multi-title movies that I like so much. But... I thought rapists, I thought 95% of rape happened to women who were jogging in park and gang members came out of bushes, kind of thing. I've realized from this show that it's the other way around. 90-something% of rape is perpetrated by guys that the women knew and that women had some history of victimization, usually early on. And I'm not 13 or 14, but 8 or 9, 7. Something that their dad did. Something that made this guy attracted to you, and something that let him know where you live or whatever it is.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, it's horrible. It's really like your dad raped you twice, or put you on the installment plan. It's like I raped you when you were 7, and then raped you when you were 24, or whenever this happened.
All right, well, Jeff, what's your question for us tonight?
Oh man.
Well,
how long ago did this happen?
A little over a year.
Oh boy.
You need to be aware that. I don't want to scare you with this, but maybe through regular screening, see a gastroenterologist or a proctologist, they can help you with this one. But anal warts are associated, for people who get anal cancers, there's almost always a history of anal human papillomavirus.
Right, right. And I had the laser surgery already.
Okay, good.
To have him removed.
Oh, good. God, I hope they catch up to this guy.
I do too. I have a private investigator actually who's trying to find him.
Oh, really?
Good for you.
Yes, I do. Well, and I've been in counseling.
You've had some therapy. I was going to say that. You can tell.
I have
because you're not
realization that you kind of attract, when you feel that bad about yourself, you kind of attract those kind of people.
Oh yeah.
To you. And I guess my question was, after that, I had breast reduction surgery, and they had to go and reconstruct my breasts because they were so large. So I have scars now, and then I've had that happen, and I'm just wondering, how can I ever, how do I approach this? How do I approach this subject with anyone in the future? I just
the rape and abuse issues.
Right, and without, how do you tell someone that you're interested in? You met him, you're thinking about having a relationship or something, and how do you? I'm just not quite sure. If I were a man and a woman was to tell me that, I would be blown away.
Yeah.
I just didn't know how to handle it.
Yeah. Well, listen, a lot of people aren't going to like this advice, but I'd keep it under my hat. I think this is it's a manifestation of your childhood and the atrocities that your dad committed upon you. It's sort of between you and your therapist.
Yeah.
It's great to find an empathic guy, but I think he needs to know that maybe things weren't as great as they could be growing up and so forth. But I don't think he needs every detail of your life, certainly not your adult life.
It's more that you have to be careful not to choose guys who are victimizers or who are savers, fixers.
Right.
Right.
You're going to have to be very tuned into who you're dating and work real diligently in your therapy.
Jennifer, where are you calling from?
Washington.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was going to say, as far as catching this guy, because I was just reading the note that the court sent to Mr. Carolla, which is me, by the way, about my court date, which came and went regarding the guy who destroyed my property. I was going to say, if the guy goes on to rape, it may be difficult, at least if he was out here in California, Southern California, for them to apprehend him. But one day he'll slip up and get a parking ticket, or he'll let his registration roll over at the DMV.
SWAT team.
Then the SWAT team comes in. That's when the helicopter over the guy's house is hovering and the guys rappel down. Because rape, I don't think there's much in it for them revenue-wise. Do you have to pay anything when you rape somebody if you get caught? There's no dues, there's no back taxes, nothing like that? No. Jackasses.
Let's go before you keep. Let's get some calls.
Oh no! God damn! I'm so mad. My girlfriend said to me today, "You missed your court appearance. The court appearance where I had to show up in court bringing receipts, so I could prove that the guy who destroyed my car destroyed my car."
Oh boy!
After I showed up at court with my receipts 3 years ago, and we settled on a price. You guys are so effing pathetic. Jesus Christ. It's like, why don't you just put a bucket at the goddamn 7-Eleven and we could feed it like you're one of Jerry's kids, you pathetic fundraising bastards? Do your goddamn job. I want you to use the same computer you use to keep track of my parking tickets, to keep track of the people that owe me money. God damn it. I got to go in there. Oh, for Christ's sake. They're the most inept. You know what it goes from? Don't you turn that crap down? I'm pissed off.
They'll arrest you.
Listen to me, you pathetic blood-sucking vampires over there at the DMV and the Van Nuys courthouse, you pathetic, worthless bastards. Listen to me. I want you to use the same guys to find the guy who owes me money that you use when you figure out that I owe you $36.50 for the parking ticket. Can you use the same computer? Put McGruff on that one, would you? It's incomprehensible. I mean, I bring the receipts down there, I make my case, they establish the thing, and then it disappears from their computer. Nothing disappears when you owe them money. I guarantee you that. Some a-hole owes me $4,000, and I gotta like quit my job to go down there and filibuster. It's ridiculous.
Well, I have a microphone.
I swear to God, I want to sue those people. I gotta go. I'm gonna call them tomorrow and keep you guys abreast of what's going on.
We gotta go to break.
You don't.
All right.
So you will listen to every damn word I have to say.
Just it is. I swear we got to get. It's this affirmative action, Drew. That's what it's got to be. I don't know. Someone's got to clean house over there. All right, we'll be back.
Call 1-800-LOVE-191. Operators are standing by.
Loveline, I'll be back in a minute.
Bringing that letter from the court in with me tomorrow. I'm not done with those idiots. All right, hey, okay. That's it. Cast of Mad TV is going to be in here tomorrow night, and we'll have a good time with them. And until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
than Loveline. The views expressed on Loveline are not necessarily those of the staff, the management, or the sponsors of this radio station.
And are probably not the views of Westwood One Entertainment. Loveline is produced by Ann Wilkins Ingle.
Now, please listen to this station longer.